What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Tristan Thompson and his baby mother, Maralee, right? Now, apparently, Maralee has been taking digs at Tristan Thompson. I even posted an article on my Twitter about it. And what made her, taking these shots at Tristan Thompson is the fact that Tristan Thompson has been paying her child support, even though she tried to claim earlier this year that he wasn't doing anything for her financially. According to his people, he has been paying child support since earlier this year. The thing about Maralee is that she's like the rest of these women. When they can't have the guy that they want, but they have a child with him, they will attack him publicly as much as possible. Because I guarantee you, if Tristan was taking her on trips and showing her attention, you wouldn't hear a peep from her. This is the same female that had a kid got pregnant by a guy that was in a whole nother relationship with somebody else. But it didn't stop her from having unprotected relations with Tristan Thompson. All right, this guy's out here screwing everything. And she still decided to have relations with them, and she wants public sympathy. See, that's what happens with a lot of these Western women. You have to be careful, is that they will try to make you the bad guy, even though they made the choice to have relations with you. She made the choice to have unprotected relations with Tristan Thompson. But as soon as she gets pregnant and have a child, she wants to be like the rest of these women who publicly bash their baby's fathers in order to get public sympathy. These women do it all the time. That's their thing, right? Their thing is to publicly shame these guys, a guy that they willingly had unprotected relations with. Because listen, she could have asked Tristan Thompson to wear protection. She did not do that. This dude was also dealing with Chloe at the same time. Apparently her and Tristan, Maralee and Tristan were friends, quote unquote, but did not stop her from having unprotected relations with him. I don't even believe that was the first time. You see, women always want what somebody else has. And the fact that he's dating a Kardashian, he probably has women throwing themselves at him a lot. He don't need a whole lot of game. Okay, he's dating a Kardashian, so he don't need a whole lot of game. These women are throwing themselves at him, and he's taking the bait. And he took the bait in this situation with a bitter baby mama. Now, again, he's paying child support according to his attorneys, but she wants to act like he's not doing anything because he's not showing her attention. These women will have these dudes' children and will get upset that they get treated like a baby mama. You are a baby mama. You chose to have an unprotected relationship with a guy that you're not in a relationship with. This is what's going to happen. So let's get into this article from The Sun. It says Tristan Thompson's baby mom Maralee Nichols shades him with a brutal caption in new photo after NBA superstar's warning. Maralee Nichols may be throwing some major shade at her baby father, Tristan Thompson, after the athlete's apparent Instagram warning. On Thursday, Tristan shared a fashion photo of himself on Instagram with a fiery caption, "I never switch sides. I switched lanes. I got wiser and realized we aren't all built the same. Hashtag don't try me." I don't know why she's thinking that's about her, but again, she wants to be Tristan Thompson's lady. This is why she moved from Texas to California, because she thinks that if she's closer to Tristan, that somehow she would be able to she can get her way into a position to be his girlfriend, right? It's kind of like what happened with Paul George. He was sleeping with a chick and she got pregnant and he didn't want to be with her. He denied he was the father. Then I believe he tried to get custody, and then he just accepted it and started dating the woman. And now they are married, Fans immediately thought he was referring to ex Khloe Kardashian, whom he shares a daughter, True, with, and recently welcomed a second child together via surrogate. But Maralee seemed to have found a different, more personal meaning behind his words and seemingly fired back with a warning of her own. On Friday, the fitness model, whose affair with Tristan led to a now 8-month-old son, posted a sexy selfie during a workout session. Of course, they always got to show you the assets, you know. The 31-year-old posted in a gray top and leggings to show off her backside. She puckered up as she looked in the camera. Maralee clapped in the caption, "Less time on captions, more time on actions," before adding the sarcastic tag, "Never skip leg day." Fans took this as a direct response to her absentee former lover. This is what I don't understand. Why is it that these women sleep with men who they're not in relationships with? Men who've never given them a promise of a relationship. And then they get pregnant and they want to put all of the blame on him. These women never take accountability and say, you know what? I kind of did this to myself. They never do this. It's always his fault. He's always at fault. The man is always at fault for these women getting pregnant. That's how they've always framed it. We are always the ones that are blamed for women choosing to have unprotected relations with us. See, that was a choice. You should have had a child with the guy that you're in a relationship with, or maybe you're married to. You know what's funny? A lot of women love to talk about how when they meet a guy, right? Let's say if a guy, shoots his shot at a woman, right? He'll shoot a shot at her, whatever. That woman will say, you know what? I have to get to know you better. So that would mean taking her out on dates, talking to her, having conversations, right? Before you even get anywhere near any type of box, right? She'll keep this guy at a distance. Those are usually guys that she does not find physically attractive, or I don't say physically attractive. That's not the type of guy that she wants to sleep with, okay? When a woman gets around a guy that she wants to sleep with, all that stuff goes out the window. All that, I got to get to know you better. Let's take the time to take it slow. They're never going to do that. This woman, all she had to do was have protected relations with Tristan or not at all. And she chose the latter. She chose to sleep with him unprotected, and she got a baby out of it. And I love how she wants to blame him for that. Could Tristan probably do more as far as being in the child's life? Absolutely. But we can't sit here and ignore the fact that the child's mother chose to have relations with the guy unprotected that she wasn't even in a relationship with. He was dealing with Chloe at the time. I read that it may have separated during that time, but we don't know. We don't know how long they were sleeping together. This could have been the one time where they slept together and she got pregnant. So we don't 100% know whether he and Chloe was done. Like we don't really know that yet. What I do know is it ain't all on Tristan. These women know that this dude be dealing with other women, and they still deal with him anyway. Says, what's this shade? One follower asked. One follower complimented Maralee while also issuing a slam of her own. Girl, yes, living your best life, fan posted. Looking better than any of those girls without saying names. Chloe welcomed her second baby with cheating ex Tristan following their split over his love child scandal. According to Chloe, the baby was conceived before she learned that Tristan had cheated on her with Maralee. The statement that the baby was conceived in November of last year, just days before Chloe and Tristan split over his love child scandal. Chloe is incredibly grateful to the extraordinary surrogate for such a beautiful blessing, excuse me. So that's just the main thing I wanted to discuss. But instead of her trying to clap back at exes, she needs to get her life together. You're in your early 30s. You're out here sleeping with men that you're not in relationships with and getting pregnant. You need to get your life together. Tristan Thompson was who he was before you had any type of relations with him, which is funny. All these women want to be upset with Tristan, but Tristan was who he was before you slept with him. We all knew Tristan was a cheater before, years, like last couple of years. That's been his rep. and you knew this, and you slept with him anyway, unprotected, and you want sympathy for that. I'm not giving you an ounce of sympathy. I'm not giving Maralee an ounce of sympathy for choosing to sleep with a man who was dealing with Chloe and probably other women as well, unprotected. You didn't care about yourself. Maybe she wanted a baby. These women aren't as dumb as y'all think they are. Okay, she saw an opportunity and she went for it. And that's exactly what it's looking like. Because, you know, maybe she thought that by having a kid with him that he'd be in a relationship with her. I think she thought wrong. I don't think Tristan has any interest in being in a relationship with her whatsoever. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Click notification bell. And I'll see y'all next one.